Hey gamers, it's GrindThisGame here, back with Oxygen Not Included. And I've done quite a bit off camera in terms of just general cleanup. Last episode we put in a couple of pumps here. Where are they? Down here, this pump and this pump, to get the CO2 out of the base. But what started happening was it was also sucking up oxygen. So I've added a bit of automation here. It's basically a gas element sensor and an atmos sensor going into an AND gate. So it's basically asking if the pressure is above 200 grams and CO2 is detected, then start pumping it out. And really I should probably put this at a bit higher pressure, maybe something like 1,000. Otherwise, little tiny packets of hydrogen may hit this and cause it to push some oxygen up and out into space. So the CO2 level before was actually up and above this bedroom, which was really bad because the dupes couldn't sleep in peace. But now they have oxygen. We've removed most of the CO2 out of this area. I duplicated it over here so it's merging together into one pipe. So that's one little change I did. Food's been... Oh, we got save lag here. Oh, so food's been kind of stable around 300 to 350,000. I had to do some fixes here for my hatches because some of them weren't getting fed. Because sometimes you'll get a regular hatch in here, sometimes you'll get a sage hatch depending on the luck and what they eat. So we got one feeder here feeding hatches and one feeding sage hatches. I should probably do the same in the other ones, but I haven't gotten around to it. And really, there should be 3 feeders in case you get some stone hatches. So this is the overflow room up here. I should probably do the same thing. So we got... I just noted a slight bug here in the graphics. Anyway. We got hatches in that one. Oh, hatches in that one as well. Feeding dirt here. Okay. What about stone hatches? What can we feed them in case we get any? We could just let them starve in this chamber, but I'd rather get the coal. We could do igneous rock. That'll work. Maybe priority 6. Just realized we don't really need a door here. I mean, we don't need the door to be closed. Let's fix that. So oxygen's been nice and stable, nice and high pressure. CO2's cleaned up. My little oxygen making rooms down here. Now I did put in more oil refineries, but I realized a pipe could only deliver 10 kilograms per second. And these things actually eat 10 kilograms per second. So if I have 2 going at once, they dance back and forth because they're not getting enough oil. They basically need a dedicated oil pipe if they want to stand here and get this thing going full time. That 10 kilograms turns into 5 kilograms of petroleum, which is getting buffered here in these tanks. And then half goes up to the rockets, and then half goes kind of into our petroleum here. I added another petroleum generator because we were getting slight brownouts. And I also tied in, finally, off camera, up to this natural gas, this area here. Oh, we've already got a vacuum, that's good. Now that we got a vacuum, that means I can remove this filter actually. Let's get rid of that now. And just feed the natural gas through there. That'll save us a little bit of power. So I can hook that up to that. And let's clean up these pipes here. We don't need this anymore. Oh, that's good. Okay, so when does this come back online? Oh, almost 6 cycles. That's good. These don't give off very much natural gas, though. 337 grams per second. It's pretty low. We do have 2 of them. So that's good. We are going to start running out of oil soon, though, so that's the other thing I want to show you and deal with this episode. Free food, we'll take that. We could be turning the lumber here into petroleum, and I might actually start... Not petroleum, but ethanol. I might actually start doing that. We could do that maybe down here somewhere. But I'll do that a bit later. I did lay a bunch of pipes here, and I did a bunch of cleanup here. This used to be our oil processing area. I'm slowly sucking the natural gas out of here and just burning it off, because I don't want this here anymore. And eventually we'll use up all this water. Oh, so our oil is actually really getting close to being gone here. And then there's going to be a little bit left over here, which we can use. I've been kind of chopping this away as we've been going. Digging that out, and then that'll be close to all the natural oil that we had. So I want to try to get an oil refinery or whatever it's called. Not a refinery, a oil well. We're going to make that out of lead. It should be fine. We could make it out of iron. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to get that hot. That's going to go right on top of that. And we need a liquid lock here because this thing gives off natural gas occasionally. So we're going to put a little bottle emptier here. Drop a bit of oil in here. Make a liquid lock. Uh-oh. Yari is stuck there. Okay, we gotta fix this problem right away, or we're gonna have dupes stuck. He's got some oxygen. Let's make this even more important, so we can get out of there. You could dig across, I guess. We could just remove these tiles and he could fall down, but I think he'll be okay. So we got the oil well. That thing needs power. I'll probably just use heavy watt wire, because they won't be in there that much. Is that what I want to use? Copper ore, 100 kilograms. Why not? And that doesn't need to be priority 9. No emergency here. The oil well will make, I don't know, 7. So let's get that liquid lock going. We're going to stick oil in there. I thought about building a petroleum boiler, but really, I find them a little bit too involved. That's where there's two ways of doing it. You can heat the crude oil up to 400 degrees using something like a volcano. Use a countercurrent temperature exchange to like heat up the oil as you bring hot petroleum out. That way you get double the amount of petroleum out of your crude oil, which is fine. But I'm just too lazy to build one, to be honest. There's other really good videos out there. Francis John is a YouTuber, and he likes to use the petroleum boiler. The other version of it is where you heat it up even more and you turn it into sour gas, and then you cool the sour gas to get natural gas. I'm going to do neither. We're just going to use kind of standard techniques here. I'm going to get this ready to feed water into, and we do have a water line up here. You know what, maybe I'll do a bridge here just to get the water close. Now it has to be insulated because it's pretty cold here still, and we don't want it to freeze in the pipe. Yeah, so there's that. This needs water, and then it's going to give off natural gas when it gets over pressure, so we'll need a pump in here to pull all this gas out. I should probably do that now too. We'll do that. We'll probably have to do a filter. Maybe we should vacuum this room out first, and then we can skip the whole filter part. Maybe I'll do that. So once we get this liquid lock, we'll make a vacuum in here. I might actually fill in some of these holes here so we don't have as much space. And I also want to get this fossil up here. Let's just make a nice little ceiling. That'll make it faster to make the vacuum as well. Yeah, they're happy. Okay, power up there. I might fill this in even more. We'll see. Now the oil's gonna drop out of here, and then we could need to suck it out of here. I think maybe I'll put my liquid pump down here. It can be any metal. I got lots of gold, so we'll just use gold. Okay, water's ready to go. I don't want to send it in yet, or we're gonna start to get... Actually, it's probably safe to do now. We'll hold off though. We'll get it right close to ready, and then this is going to be oil coming out of here, which we can merge with our oil line. We got a bit of spaghetti going on here. And where should I merge this in? Am I doing this out of insulated pipe? It doesn't need to be insulated. Let's fix this. We'll use regular pipe for that. And maybe I'll send it down here and just merge in there. Or... yeah, let's just... I don't know. We could buffer it as well. Let's just go right in here. That should work. Actually, it could try to go either way there. You know what? For now, I'm going to buffer it into a tank. Because we're not going to be getting a whole lot of oil out of here. Just so we can get the thing fired up. Okay, we need power here. Let's do that. I'll probably do a liquid sensor here too, so we're not moving tiny little droplets of oil. Do a hydro sensor on the ground right here, I guess, since that's the only place I can put it. Hook that up to that. I'm going to make this priority 9 just so we get that liquid lock done right away. Now we're getting little brownouts here. Let's see what our power consumed around 6 kilowatts and produced fluctuating between 0 and, wow, 10. I haven't been launching the rockets much. They're way up here. They're kind of getting buried. Maybe I should launch them. I don't know. I don't want to waste the petroleum. But, how much petroleum do we have? Gotta make sure we don't run out, or we're gonna have brownouts and things could go disastrous. We got 2 reserve tanks. I think I'll wait till this fills up more. We got lots of salt water. Lots of water in general. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that's set if above, I don't know, 50 or 100 maybe. Then we can start pumping that stuff out. I kind of want to clean all the crap out of here, so let's do that. Wrong button. Actually, it's not high priority. We'll do a 4. Auto bottler. We've got no oil. That's why nothing's happening. Oh, and this has to be turned off, I think. How much oil do we have down here? 500 kilograms. I don't want to suck up any polluted water here. What we could do... let's mop this up. That'll give us some oil to drop in there. And this little bit we can suck out here. And we're really running low here. But we do have a little bit of a reserve right there. We'll grab that. And hopefully we get this thing fired up before it's too late. Little bits of oil are going in there. We could just drop water on top now. But it would freeze, so not a good idea. And when does what temperature does the oil freeze at? Negative 40. We should be fine. Let's get rid of this pitcher pump. It's not really working anymore. And we're gonna have to put one... Maybe I'll put it down here and get rid of this pump. Yeah, we'll get rid of this pump. And this will be any oil that we need for, like, liquid locks and stuff. They should be able to get around still. Also mop this up. Just clean everything up. We do have this cool steam vent here, slowly melting our ice core. It'll take probably 1 billion cycles to finish. So, what do we have over here? Oxygen. Okay, that's a little bit more oil. We can shave it down one more section. Get that out of there. Now I think we have 3 or 4 of these oil reservoirs, so we're gonna have to repeat this quite a few times. Okay, they should be able to get the oil from here now and really get this done quickly. Yeah, we got another oil reservoir right here we can use. And these things give out... You pump 1,000 grams of water in, you get 3,333 out. Oh, we got shovel eggs. We shall grab them. Kind of want to deconstruct all this stuff too. If they ever get idle, they can just come in here. Oh. Okay. I did change my priorities a bit up here. People who are good at stuff like digging, I made it higher priority. Somewhat. And same with supplying, building. Basically, if they're good at something, I make it higher priority. If they're crappy, I disable it or don't let them do it. Usually ends up being a little bit more efficient. Okay, this can go... Oh, I did that as an 8. More like a 4. Okay, we got little dribs and drabs of oil left here. Let's dig this out. Dr. Owl. You look very happy. Oh, hungry. How's home base going? It was really hot in here before because I had my Desalinator here. I had a whole bunch of stuff here. But now it's much more pleasantly 41 degrees. These pinch peppermint might get too cold at some point. Our bristle blossom are growing again, which is nice to see. They eat those, they gobble those up right away though. Now I do have the showers disabled, mainly because they don't really need the morale. And it just wastes their time when they stand so long in the shower. I think the animation's like 15 seconds or something. A cycle is 600 seconds. Just to give you an idea. I could be wrong about that number, but I think that's what I remember. I changed the piping in here around quite a bit. And it's a little bit convoluted. We've got our clean water tank here, which we're refilling. Now I put this vent here kind of underwater so that it doesn't overflow. Whenever it needs water, it just grabs it out of this giant polluted water tank here. And this tank isn't really getting refilled. We could eventually dump our bathroom water in here instead. But I'm not too worried about water. If we see these tanks go down, we got tons of things that we're not using, like all this water here. Really, I should be grabbing the water out of here. Oh, I hear a little baby. Baby. I also put a grooming station in here so we could get these guys being wild. And they're eating up a bit of the CO2 slowly. Pressure in here is about 4,000. We're also sending in CO2 from our natural gas generators. The way I did the piping here from the two different natural gas vents is some go in the top and some go in the bottom. But we don't have much natural gas. We almost burnt through all the coal, but it's been building up again. Actually, there was a point when I was out of it, around cycle 500. But things are looking better now. Added a second hydrogen generator here, because this was backing up a bit. Okay, how are we doing here? We got our liquid lock. 869. Oh yeah, we got more than enough. Let's turn that off. And we put way too much in here. Okay, that's actually not the end of the world. Let's put that bridge in. Like that. So this one's all done. We can actually dismantle. Actually, I might leave some of that pipe. It's possible we're going to use it for something else later. But this can go. I wonder if I can mop this out. Nope. I'm gonna do like a low priority mop here. And here. Just suck it all up. Okay, we got our liquid lock. Oh, we got oil coming out. That's okay. Now we want to get that vacuum going. So let's put high pressure vent right there. Get a vacuum in here. Then we can start filling this thing up. There is a risk of having a vacuum in here. Actually, this machine might overheat. Just realized that. But maybe we can get it really close to a vacuum. I might put a shift plate here. Right between the liquid and the machine. I don't think that'll work, but I'm going to try it. If this becomes a vacuum, I don't think it's going to work, but we shall see. It won't take long to vacuum out this room. Maybe I will set up a filter initially, and then we can rip it out later. Or is it going to be necessary? Let's just risk it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If it overheats, it overheats. I'm going to need automation here as well. So let's do Atmos sensor. Right here. And we'll only pull out that natural gas if it goes over maybe 1500 or something. Oh, we're going to have a vacuum in no time here. In no time. I think I'll get this thing fired up. I think it's safe. Let's do this. Now if I leave this water sitting around this pipe too long, it's going to freeze, so we gotta start pulling it in. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, that thing's running. It is heating up really fast because it's almost a vacuum in here. I'm going to leave a tiny bit of CO2 in there. And we'll set this to above 1,000. And then hook this to this. So this thing should be dribbling out the oil. It's heating up really fast. But it doesn't overheat until it gets to 2,000, I think, so... Not too worried about that. Okay, no one's doing this. Okay, that's hooked up. Good. And then we want this gas to go upstairs. We already have a pipe here going up here. I think this was for natural gas before. Let's double check. Oh no, that's for CO2. I don't really need this anymore. Let's get rid of that. Actually, what am I doing here? We got a scrubber. This scrubber is no longer needed. I'm going to rip all this out. We may actually use that sieve in the future. Okay, what do I want to do here? This piping is a bit of a mess. The natural gas we could use to cool down the water slightly. Probably not much, but I'm going to do some cleanup here so I can figure what the heck I'm doing. Don't need all this piping anymore. Okay, so this is natural gas. It'll go up that way. We'll circulate it through here. In, out, and then up here. Make sure this is good. Where is this going? Right now it's going, oh, into our natural gas line. Perfect. And this other line, don't really need that anymore. Oops, that's not what I wanted. This is everything else that's coming out of here. It has to go somewhere. We'll stick it down here. What am I doing? Wrong key. It's been a while since I played, actually. Okay, so this will be natural gas. That'll go up there. Wait a minute. Wrong line again. This line's no longer being used. Okay. I guess we can just do this. And that should merge together. Oh, we got a bit of CO2 in there. That's okay. It'll get, it'll damage the generator a little bit. And then they'll fix it and all will be good. So this thing's running, I guess, what's the temperature like? It's heating up pretty fast in here. We're gonna actually release the natural gas in here. 38. And that'll make a nice cool sound and blow this whistle. And fill this room with natural gas. And then we'll set it back to something more normal, like where it was, 75-ish. And that'll help suck up that heat a bit. But like I said, this thing overheats at 2,000 degrees. And the pump's good to 125. We could build it out of steel. I don't think it's going to get that hot though. We're still pulling oil out here, that's good. And I guess we'll duplicate that whole setup we just did over here. Guess we'll do that now. We'll start it at least. Maybe I'll build this first. Guess we're gonna need a Flora in there. I could use the blueprint mod, but I have all my mods turned off right now. How did I do it? We're gonna look at this one. Okay, that should work. Leave room for a pump. It won't be as tall because I don't think we need all that room. Put a liquid lock. Maybe above the water line like this. I think that should work. They need to be able to dig up top, so I'll just use a ladder here. It's easier. Maybe I shouldn't break the abyssalite layer, actually. Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll go like this, priority 9. Are they stuck? No. Oh, they were stuck. I probably won't do this whole one on camera because it's just the same thing over again. But we're gonna need power over there, we're gonna need a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna do the heavy watt wire all the way over, we don't need that much power. So I'll probably just do a transformer here. Oh, and I'm not putting my oil anywhere. That's kind of an issue. Let's merge over here. This may look a little bit convoluted here. That was probably unnecessary. But I think it'll work. Let's clean up this pipe. Don't need that anymore. That's merging. Nice. Perfect. Research complete. Is all the research complete now? Almost. Unique cargo. Set this to oil. Gotta make sure you do enable auto bottle or they won't be able to fill it up. There is a bunch of CO2 that's here. 12 tons of solid CO2. Eventually this might explode on us if it gets too warm. This oil I'm gonna mop. Same with this, I guess. Is this under pressure here? I guess it's safe to take this out now. And instead of mopping, let's just put a little hole here. That should just drain out. Awaiting gold. I think I'll build it out of something else here. Are you stuck? You are. Igneous rock. That'll fix her up. I guess I'll use lead, even though it should be fine. It'll work. I still haven't explored the whole map here. I think I want to do that. Where's a safe place to go across? I really need to start using the polluted water. Maybe I'll just quickly do that. Jam that in there somewhere. Right there, maybe? And we could bring it and dump it into our tank over here that has no replenishment. I think that would work nicely. Temperature of this water, 64. We gotta be careful about that. We don't want it, we want it to be insulated. Actually, if we dump that in here, it's gonna get pretty darn hot. But, we'll risk it. We'll risk it. And we'll go up here, and we'll do a vent here. This could cause problems later on. 64-degree polluted water. I might have to use an aqua tuner or something to cool it down. I do want it to be hot in here, and that's why I have this little petroleum radiator. It's coming in at 70 degrees and warming up this area and coming out a little bit lower than that. So that should keep these guys... If you click the slickster in this little book, you get this guide here, and it says they like comfort range. Actually, it's easier to click on the actual slickster and then look at their egg chance. Long hair larvae, they like 20 to 60. If you want regular oil slicksters, you want them above 60 degrees, which it is in here. Yeah, if you make it even hotter, you can get molten slicksters, which are also good. I might put another incubator in just to speed this up here. I did out of steel on purpose. Nice and hot up here as well. Okay, so this polluted water is coming out. That's good. We're also going to have to drain this whole mess that I made. I'll do that off camera probably. But we will put a pump down here. I'll do a low priority pipe right now. I shouldn't have let it drain down all the way here. But eventually we'll join that up there. And then once we drain a bit of that out, we can just explore this way maybe. Or we could go in through here. Let's do that. We'll go down here. I just want to see what's over here. There are some geysers I haven't gotten through yet. Lots of crabs in here. And that reminds me, I actually got rid of my rock crusher. I gotta put that back in. Rock granulator. It should be here. Refinement. Rock Crusher. Oh, they did change it to a Rock Crusher. What a better name. We'll just slap that down there. Should probably have a light. And probably should have decor as well, but this whole area is really bad decor. Except where they work, which reminds me, I should probably put some statues in there. Got 3 tanks of petroleum. It is building up very, very slowly. Get these slicksters multiplying. And we want to crush shells in here. We got new printables. Oh, Weezewort. Just what we need on a frozen world. Kind of want to mop this up. We got lots of polluted water in here I don't really want. Yeah, we got all sorts of water in there. Okay, let's go back down to the depths here, make sure this is all still working. 60 degrees. Not a problem. Oil is flowing. Now this water may run out. I kind of want to make a little bit more room for this. And I think this is a volcano actually. Let's double check that. Volcano, yeah. Probably won't use it. I think I'm going to do some cleanup here. Eventually we'll use up all this polluted water down here. Let's clean up a little bit more here. Get rid of this vent. And this is no longer used, so I'm just going to empty it with the plumber. And then get rid of the pipe. There's a bunch of oil here, but it's frozen. Still haven't explored here either. But let's go see this area that I had before. Get over to the edge, see what there is. What am I doing with this water? Nothing. We could safely dump that in here. I think I will do that. Priority 3, sure. Not a high priority. I'll remove this tile so they can actually build that. We did have metal refining here before. I don't have any metal refining at all anymore. That's okay, we'll re-establish it later on when we need it. We're gonna need a bunch of ceramic, so let's do a bunch of ceramic. That might use up all our coal, but that's okay. Okay, that'll drain that out. And we might as well drain out this part as well. Oh, it's all freezing in there. Oh, they're gonna freeze. They're gonna freeze. And suffocate. That's a cold bath. But I think they're pretty much done. Okay, good. Got a bunch of random fish in here too. I like them. They'll make some shells for us. We should probably be feeding them a little bit. We got 46 tons of algae. We could be feeding them. Multiplying their numbers. Maybe I'll do that. Put a fish feeder right here. And we could feed these guys as well. We'll feed them all. Get a bunch of fish going. Food still stable, oxygen still pretty good. I probably should put some more thingies here. Artifacts. What are these things called? Trinkets? Artifacts? Trophies? Shield generator. I'm gonna stick it there. Do we have anything else we can plant here? Lots of joya seeds. Might as well fill these up. This is like a super bedroom. So we're living mainly off meat and mushrooms. And that's all we need. So far, with 23 dupes. It's been working out pretty well. That's pretty stable. I'll finish this off camera. We got our liquid lock all done. That can be turned off. Might as well remove it, deconstruct it. And I'll have to feed power over here and do all the pumps and stuff. I'll do the pump quickly here. Pump will go there. And air pump will go up here. We can make our vacuum. We can use regular wire for this actually. We don't need a heavy watt wire. Gold amalgam. I got more iron than gold. We'll bring another wire over this way, but I kind of want to make a platform along here. Just to let them run faster. That doesn't line up, but it will. This doesn't need to be insulated anymore. I think I had it for slicksters or something. We'll run this through the floor. Go use iron. And we'll do a transformer. Right here, maybe? I like how they nicked that nice and quickly. Gonna fit? Not really. We'll stick it here instead. clean up some wire while we're at it. Okay, and next episode that should be all fired up. And we should have kind of replenishable oil, which will be very nice. As long as we feed it enough water. We'll have to keep an eye on this water here. I might want to lower the floor here a bit so that we can pool up some more water, but we'll see how that works out. And we might just grab all of this water and then just sieve it. That might be easier. That'll help cool it all down, actually. Yeah, I might leak some water in here. We'll see. How's the temperature? Oh, it's pretty fine. It's pretty good. Okay, not a problem. This is a problem. And I think we're gonna wrap things up here. I got the oil well up. That's what I wanted to get done. Oh, it's a pipsqueak. Gotta get that. So cute. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.